Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to be covering a trick that I've been meaning to do for a while. It's a pretty significant one for a lot of people in the education field. I'm going to be showing you how to turn your phone into a PDF document scanner. So I'm sure we've had it before where a student took a picture of all of their assignment pages and sent you 15 pictures by email, or you might have seen it in the past 2 weeks with the new isolation procedures that are happening. That said, this is not needed and we shouldn't accept it because it's so easy to record and take a picture of a PDF that it's just insane not to. So I'm gonna show you the first option for scanning on Android. So if you download the Google Drive app for Android and open it up, and then you go to the plus sign in the corner where you can add a file, you'll see there's a scan option on there. So if you click the scan button, it'll actually open up the camera, and then you can go line up your phone with the screen, take your picture, and then look at it, and if it looks okay, then hit OK. Now you have your first scan. You can kind of play around with it, and you'll notice at the bottom there's a check mark, there's a undo, and there's a plus sign. So the little spinning arrow, that's to redo this image if it wasn't good. Check sign means you're done and it'll save the PDF, and the plus sign is to add another one. So I have a second page here. We're going to click the plus sign, and we can take a second picture and then click OK again, and it's scanned a second page. So now you can swipe back and forth and you have two pages. The advantage of this is you're going to save a single PDF with multiple pages rather than a bunch of image files. It's a much smaller file and it's in one file rather than multiple files. So when you're done, we're going to hit this check mark and you're going to give it a name. So I'm going to say it's the homework checklist. And pick which account you want it to be for through this checkbox here, and then you can pick which folder you want and you save it. And now when you go to your recent files in Google Drive, you're going to see homework checklist right there, and it'll open as a PDF. Now, a couple alternatives to using Google Drive are Adobe Scan and Microsoft's Office Lens. Out of the two, I would recommend Adobe Scan because it doesn't require you to use another drive. It allows you to instantly go to Google Drive. So I will show you Adobe Scan right now. Now, Adobe Scan, you do need to have an account, so you either use an Adobe ID or you can log in with one of these services. So I'm just going to use my Google account. And once it opens, you're going to see Adobe Scan. Let's go. And very similar to the Drive scanner, you just have a camera and you're going to go over the document. Or alternatively, you can hold it like this, and you're going to hit the picture button. And then it gives you this crop tool so you can pick where the sheet is and you can adjust the corners and sides. And when it's good, you hit continue. And now you can keep taking pictures to add extra pages. So we can also take a picture of the notebook. I'm going to lean it up against the screen here. And we can take a picture like this. And again, just adjust the corners, make sure it's matching the document, and then hit continue. And in case you didn't know, you could use this for other things as well. If you look in the bottom, you can swipe to the side, and they have forms, whiteboards, and business cards, but we're going to stay to documents. Once you've scanned everything, you just need to click the little 2 in the corner where you see the pictures, and it'll show you your scan. So you can swipe back and forth to see the 2 pages. You could do a whole bunch of adjustments on the bottom here, And then once you're ready, you can quickly click the edit button beside the title at the top to change it to Adobe scan file or whatever you want it to be. And then you hit save PDF. And now it's going to save. Once it saves, it isn't instantly on Google Drive, of course, because it's not in Google Drive. So this one saves it to your device, but the nice part is now you see the Adobe scan file there. You can hit the share button just like we did with the audio file, and you can share a copy. And then you have a save to drive button right there. So you can hit save to drive, have Adobe scan file.pdf, and hit save, and it will now save to your drive. So then when you go home and you go to the drive, and I need to back out, you can go to recent and you will see the Adobe scan file is there as well. And you can click and open it and everything. And of course, as we know with Classroom, you can open Classroom and attach these files from your drive. So the nice part is you can scan a file, save it to your drive, and then go to Classroom and instantly upload it to an assignment using the Recent Files option. The last option I'm going to show you is called Office Lens. So with Office Lens, it's similar to Adobe and Google Drive where you're able to scan. I just need to back up here. So when you open Office Lens, you're going to get what actually looks very similar to the Adobe one, where it's giving you an outline of your document and it's trying to pick it up. And then you again just pick what you want. So you have some options. We generally want a document. And you're going to hover over and take a picture. And then it's instantly going to bring it up like this. You can click the Add New in the corner to add extra pages, or you click Done when you're done. Now, this is where I have a problem with the Office Lens, is because it restricts you to saving it to Microsoft services. So the PDF option saves it to OneDrive. And in order to use it then, you're going to need to actually download it from the OneDrive account and upload it to Google Drive or to Google Classroom. So it works, but the PDF option is restricted to OneDrive like that. So when I hit save, you can see waiting for transfer. But my other one here, if I click it, in order to share, it's going to share a link instead of the items. Okay, so like I said, for iPhone, I cannot actually show you because I don't have an Apple device and new enough to show you with the new Apple Notes app, but essentially on iOS you can use the Notes app to do all you need for scanning. So I'm going to quickly put a link at the top because I'm not taking credit for this at all. This image came from 9 to 5 Mac. The guidelines came partially from them, partially from a colleague of mine who explained it to me before. So just follow along. Essentially, if you open the Notes app and you start making a note, you're going to have a camera icon that shows up when you're typing. And you'll see this right there. So if you click that camera icon, you should see a dialog come up that allows you to either pick from the photo library, take a photo of video, or you'll see a new scan documents listing right there. So if you want to scan a document, you can click that and it'll bring up the camera, and the process otherwise is very similar to what we do with the Google Drive and Adobe Scan functions, where you take the pictures, you have options to add extra slides, and then you can finalize the PDF and save it. So this is one way, and probably the main way for most people using an iOS device to scan documents, and then afterwards you just need to share it to Google Drive, similar to what we do on Android. That said, I have left this link in the description of the video. Please go to it, support 9 to 5 Mac, and use their instructions on how to do this. Another thing to note for iPhone and iOS users is if you don't like the Notes app, if it's a bit too quirky for you, or if it's just not working well, you have the same option as Android to use Adobe Scan as an alternative. I would highly recommend this. I vastly enjoy this app and I find it slightly more powerful than Google Drive, but Google Drive is a bit more convenient for Android users. For Apple, this is definitely a real way to go. It would work well, and it just saves as a PDF that you can share right away to Google Drive. So this is an option. Please consider this if the Notes app isn't working great. Okay, so here we are at the end again. As you saw throughout the video, I gave you options for both Android and iOS. If I was going to pick a number one option for Android, it will be Google Drive. You should use the built-in scan function for Google Drive for most stuff because that's going to work best. For Apple, you can try the Apple Notes app. I'm not experienced with it. I've heard both good and bad things about it, so give it a try, see if it would work. That said, Adobe Scan is an excellent alternative for both platforms. So no matter what, if you're using Android or iOS, it might be good to have Adobe Scan handy for the times when you need a bit more of a powerful scan option with extra features. I wouldn't really use Microsoft Lens, but if you're a division that is using more of a Office 365 platform or more Microsoft products, or you're just used to using OneDrive, that's an option for you if you prefer that one. So, I hope this helps. I hope you never have to receive an image in your email again. Encourage your students to do this. Teach them how to scan with a PDF scanner in their phones, and then all of a sudden your assignment submissions will become a lot simpler to mark and a lot smaller to download. Good luck. Happy teaching.